Hi, my name is Cecia Bertin. I'm gonna be starting with a new project. Let's call this Lab7. And this will be question number 1. And it's search of a value. Okay. First, we need to import the scanner from the Java library. Java to scanner. Okay. Now we can go down here and we can set up our list of integers. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Okay. And we're gonna be checking on the array. So we need to create a flag variable, and we're gonna set it as false. Then we're gonna create the object of the scanner, keyboard equals new scan system. Okay. Now we can ask the user, enter a value between 1 to 10. Okay, we forgot something, so it's gonna be variable. This is gonna hold the number that the user inputted. So it's gonna be variable x. So it's variable x equals keyboard dot next integer. Okay, now we can make our loop. So for int I equals 0, that's where it's gonna start, and I equals list dot length I, then it's gonna check every number. Then if list equals variable x, print no, okay, value plus value, and then we're gonna put the variable that we put in is found. Let's set it to true, and then let's break this. Okay. now we can go down here, and if not found, it will print a value variable x is not found. Okay, let's try this. So let's put 3. It's not. Okay. Let's put 11. Okay, value 11 is not found, which is correct. So the edge is not here, it's up here. So for the loop, and equals 0, the index is 0, so it's just gonna check. And if and it's just gonna check every number of the list of the array until the end, and then this is just gonna increment to make sure it counts each number. So if bracket I equals on the variable x, it should be okay. It worked. So that's number 1. Okay, it works. That's number 1. Okay, now I'm gonna start with question number 2. And it will be sum of numbers in array. And we need to first import the Java util random, because we want to use random numbers. Okay, let's declare our variable first. So integer sum will be 0. So that's this just gonna store the total of our array. So first, now we can create our array. Let's call it list equals new integer, and then our size of the array will be 10. Okay. Now we can create an object for our random class. So it's gonna be random equals new random. Okay. Now we can make our loop. We can make our loop. Okay. But first, we want to show the user or whoever's watching this code which numbers is actually being added. So it's gonna be numbers in the array. Okay, now let's bring this down. So for I is equal to 0, that's the index. Then I, as long as it's less than the list length, it's gonna check the length of the array. Then I increment, so it's gonna go each number. So now if less I, okay, now we can create our generator of the random numbers, and we want 0 between 100. So it's gonna be random next integer. Okay. This is supposed to be this. Okay. So if it's that, if that's the loop, is gonna print list I. There's gonna print the numbers. Okay. Now let's do the sum of the array here. So sum. So it's gonna start with 0 and it's gonna be the loop. And this loop is gonna run 10 times because that's the size. Okay, so sum plus list I. So whichever number the generator gives the program, I. Okay, so that should be it. Now outside of the for loop, we're gonna print the sum. So sum of the array would be this. Let's run this. Okay, so numbers in the array is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 10 numbers they gave us. And there's the sum of all those numbers. So that's question number 2. What if we wanted the same line? Okay. Okay, so that's more neat. So numbers in the array is this and this. Okay, so that's question number 2. Okay, so I'm gonna start with question number 3. Which is reverse order of an array. And first we need to import the Java util random class. And let's start with making our two arrays. So first one will be our primary unit, and our size of the array will be 10. And then our second will be reversed, will be the same, 10. That's the length of the array. Now we can create our object for the random class. New random. Okay, we need to display a loop for the 10 random integers. And let's just say our original array, and now we can create our loop that's gonna create the array. So it's gonna be for int I equals 0. That's gonna be the index. I is primary dot length. I is gonna go. Now we need to make our generator for the random numbers, values, if we must say. So it's gonna be rand next integer, and the number has to be between 0 to 100, so we're gonna put 101. Now we can print the primary. So this is gonna print the numbers of the first array. Similarly to question number 2. Now the loop for, now we need to create the first children. So it's gonna be for int, let's bring r equals, and it's gonna be the same length. So we're gonna grab the first array. So it's gonna be primary length. And it's gonna be reversed r equals, it's gonna be reversed then primary dot length minus 1 minus r. So this is just going to tell the program that it's going backwards, and it's gonna keep on, the loop is gonna keep on going backwards. So reverse order. Okay. And then now we can print the reverse array. We can now move this up here because then it's gonna loop. Let's make sure that the first part is correct. Okay, so the original array worked. Now, so the problem is the reverse order. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's 10 values. So let's just reverse this. Okay, so first of all, we can't have this because it's still, we haven't looped it at all. This is loop of checking the original array. Okay, and this is wrong, so it's gonna be primary. And it is printing. This actually is gonna print the reverse. Okay, so let's start here again. So for int r equals 0, the first index, and for distance length. So as long as the size is within the length of the array, the size, is this is gonna check every element. So this is our new array, which will be equal, so primary bracket, and this is the primary length. So it's gonna go, it's gonna start at the back, and it's just gonna move on backwards. So now we can actually move on to print the reverse array. So it's gonna be system.out print, and then we need to make a for loop again. So int k equals 0. And then now we can use our reversed, and then it's gonna check that length of that new array that we created in this for loop. And then k, and then it's gonna check every number. Then it's gonna be system print reversed r plus k, and then this, and it should print the reverse array. Okay, so the original array is 10, and the reverse array will be this one. So it works. That's question number 3. Okay, so I'm gonna start with question number 4, which is just comment strings and 2 arrays. So we can just jump down to the main method and start. We don't need to get any classes from the Java library. So let's get our arrays ready. So string, because we're gonna be dealing with names, and let's call this the first. And I just put Kate, Anthony, Penelope, Colin, and then Violet. Okay, that's 5. And let's create our second array, which will be second. And we're gonna name this George. Our second name will be Mike, Kate. We need 2 similar names. Let's call this David, and then Anthony. Okay, that's 5 names. Okay, we're good. Okay, now we need to create a loop that will go through the arrays and check if there's any similar names. They have both of them and both of them. So it will be for int I equals 0, which is the index that's gonna start with. So I is first length. So it's just gonna check the length of the first array. And then we need to create a nested loop because we're trying to compare both. So it's gonna be for int and then j equals 0, and then j, we're gonna be using the second array now. Okay, so j, and we're gonna create the body for that one. So now we can actually print. So system.out print. Okay, but before that, we need to set it. So if first, so it's gonna check each element of the array, and first is equals equals to the second j. So it's gonna, so this part is gonna check every name in the second array. So now we can print. So we can put first I. So this is just gonna make this a loop. So each time it's gonna loop this. So it's gonna check if the name is in both arrays. So it's gonna be, let's just say Kate is found in both arrays. Okay, so it does work, and also it should work if we use the second. Let's just try this. Yeah, so Kate is found in both arrays. Anthony is found in both arrays, which is true. Kate, Anthony, and Anthony. Okay, so that's question number 4. Thank you for watching.